Week 1 of Season 30 is complete. A little lost here because we have 7 games, and I think last season we had 3 each week. So last season I would go over the drafts in-game, then I would watch the game at like 16 times speed, try to find some good fights. I would try to record clips from that, and I had, I think, 3 each game. I think it was First Blood, and then a good moment from both teams if there was one. But that was the goal. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it now. 17. All right, here's what I'm going to do. I'll go over the draft in Dota Buff. Try not to spoil it. Just give honest opinions. I won't go individual pick ban like I have in previous seasons. I'll just draft as a whole, ignore the bans. What do I think of the 2 drafts? Who do I give the edge to? Clip or 2? Next draft. All right, I'll go over our series first. This is the only one I know the outcome of. It was Instigators versus Victoria's Secret 6-player. Victoria's Secret, they had an offlane Slardar, 5-position Shadow Shaman, a mid Jakiro, a carry Wraith Cane, and a 4-position Io. Instigators, we had a 4-position Lina, 5-position Oracle, 3-position Axe, a mid Kunkka, and a carry Faceless Void. So this is interesting because when I am drafting, I'm obviously in a different state of mind than I am now. Now I have hindsight. Victoria's Secret, I forgot last year they were Phantom S, and their mid, Fox, really like these unconventional mids. So I totally forgot going into the draft until I saw the Jakiro pick. I forgot that they like these unconventional picks. So when I saw Jakiro, I instantly knew it was like, oh, that's going to be their mid. And Pi, my experience playing with Pi, he's comfortable in the 4 Protect 1. So it actually works out really well for them. When I see their draft, it's an obvious 4 Protect 1. I think it feels weak on catch, team fight. I don't really know how they take team fights. I think they have to split up the map a little bit. Whereas our draft is more of a, we're going to run at you, take team fights, and take towers off of that because we have no one that can take towers. We definitely are missing tower pushers, but we have pretty good wave clear. Actually, we don't even have that good a wave clear. Basically, it looks like our draft is we're going to run at you and take fights, and their draft is we're going to try to stall as much as we can with Jakiro and Shadow Shaman while the Wraith Cane gets so fed that you can't kill him on the other team. The issue I see with that is we have Faceless Void, and Faceless Void's really good at just chronoing and killing like one target. Now it is a Wraith Cane, so Wraith Cane's respawn. These are the 2 drafts. I do like our draft more. I'm probably biased. Ended up going okay for us. We ended up winning. That was a good game.
Radiant's bottom tower's still there, but not for long. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen. Dire's top tower is under attack.
Holy shit!
Radiant's bottom barracks probably gonna die.
In vigilance.
The shades restored me to the world. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Dire's putting a hurt on Radiant's middle tower. Dire's top barracks is falling. Where this is going?
Holy shit!
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Holy shit!
Game 2 felt closer. Instigators had a middle Queen of Pain, offlane Mars, 4-position Clockwork, 5-position Disruptor, and carry Drow Ranger. And Victoria's Secret 6-player had a 4-position carry Juggernaut, 5-position Oracle, mid Dark Willow, and an offlane Beastmaster. This is why I hate talking about our series, because I feel when I play and I evaluate our games, it's I messed up, I lost the game here, or we made a good play and we won the game here, and not the other team did good. And the other team did play really well. As you can see, it was a very close game. They ended up coming out on top at the end. They first picked the Oracle, which is key here because I also wanted the Oracle this game. We played it last game, they didn't ban it. So I really liked it. I first picked it, so I went with Disruptor. And I literally don't know what I was thinking. I went Tranquil Boots and tried to build Aghanim Scepter. Now, that's bad for a couple of reasons on Disruptor. One, I have nothing to help my team. All I'm doing is locking down other teams' items, which is great. If I can get a 20-minute Ags, this is great. But obviously I didn't. And if you look at this team, what am I trying to do with the Aghanim Scepter for Disruptor? he doesn't really use items. He has spins, so he doesn't really use items. Doesn't really use items. Doesn't really use items. Doesn't really use items. I mean, everyone does use items, but like, there's no BKB stopping that I'm doing here. It's just such a bad item choice. Ugh. But regardless, really close. It was a really good series. Yeah. Overall, I think it's a really good series. I think if I had been thinking right and not sucking, I think I could have actually made a difference in game 2 and we could have won it. You know, it's obviously everyone knows it's hard to think of this stuff in the moment, right? So, I don't know. It's sad when I think about this game. It's like, damn, I feel like I could have won this game. And I'm not trying to take away any credit from Victoria's Secret 6 player. They played really well. I mean, look at Pi. He literally didn't die. We couldn't kill him all game. Oracle's making really good plays. And, like, you look at the team fights. They're very back and forth. We had good team fights. They had good team fights. Yeah, it's tough. But it was a 1-1. Good series. I'm excited to see how they do against some other teams as well. And this is actually a good point to talk about the way the season's going to work. So the Swiss format is going to assign you games depending on what your record is, and it'll actually matter. Whereas last year it was like, yeah, whatever. There were 6 teams, 7 teams, so you're going to end up playing everyone anyway. Now it's like there are 14 teams, so you're not going to play everyone. You're only going to play people of similar skill. So if you are 0-2 this week, you are going to get matched up against another team that is 0-2 after week 1, or if there aren't any, 1-1. If you are 2-0, you're going to get matched up against someone else that is 2-0, or if there aren't any, someone that's 1-1, and if you're 1-1, a 1-1 team. You will not play the same team twice this season, I think, but every week as the season goes on, you will play the team closest to you in record that you haven't played yet, I'm pretty sure. So I'm excited to see how this plays out. I'll be interested. But yeah, so that's how the season will work. That is my series. Instigators for Victoria's Secret 6 player. I'm going to grab a couple clips, I think 2 clips from the entire series, and I'll edit it in, and then we'll go on to the rest. This one is Snow Cones versus Victoria's Secret March of Gods. Looks like Snow Cones have Ziggy on his classic Faceless Void, Tara on a Shadow Fiend. I know I've seen him play that a lot. Janket on a Lion, I've seen that a lot. Distant Echo on a Rubik, I've seen that a lot. And Snapped on a Doom. I feel like I've seen that a lot, but you don't see too many Dooms nowadays. So, Victoria's Secret March of Gods. They had Heart Croon 7 on Spectre. Lickety Split. It played a middle Pango, where Ares played the Centaur War Runner offlane, or Robbie played the 4-position Ogre Magai, and then Arlen Ford played the 5-position Enchantress. Okay, whose draft do I like better? I think it looks like Snow Cones are just on, like, classic Snow Cone heroes. Like, feels like all of them are on Comfort heroes. March of Gods. I don't know too much about them. I do like the Spectre pick to get on top of the Doom. Or not on top of the Doom, on top of the Shadow Fiend. Against Faceless Void and Doom, it's easy to kind of single out the Spectre. Because, like, with the Doom, who else do you need to get? Like a Pango? So he can't roll? Maybe. I mean, yeah, there are different Doom targets for sure, but I feel like you just get the Spectre and a Chrono or Doom, kill her off. There's no more damage coming out for March of Gods, whereas there's a couple different damage dealers. I see March of Gods' win condition is they win offlane hard so the Void has a bad time, and they win mid hard with the Pango so the Shadow Fiend has a hard time. And then the Spectre just gets out of control. You can't kill the Spectre even if you waste Chrono and Doom. It just lives through it and kills your whole team. That's a tough win condition. I feel like Snow Cones, a little bit better win condition. They have good wave clear, good gank potential. It's just their comfort. I think I like Snow Cones draft a little bit better here. I think. I do like what they're doing here with this. I just think I like Snow Cones draft a little bit better. It looks like Snow Cones won, yeah. So... oh, dude, the Doom went off. Tar went off. I think this is a really good time for me to mention this. If you guys have any clips that you think should be here, because I'm trying to do only one a game, which means a lot of teams, if you lose a series 2-0 for instance, and I'm trying to get the best team fight, or the game winning moment, or the thing that shifted the game in one team's direction, and you lost 2-0 and they're both going to the other team, then you guys aren't going to get a lot of screen time that week. So if you guys have any good clips, I think like last year someone mentioned me, I missed a rampage, which sucked. You don't want to miss someone's rampage. So if there's a rampage or something, let me know, and I'll try to get that clip in. Or if there's any good team fights or something, let me know, because I'm literally just going off of this right here, and I'm like, okay, here's a almost team wipe. This looks like a good team fight. Everyone dies except for one person. This one looks like a team wipe. This one looks like a lot of buybacks. This is the game-winning fight for whatever team. If I'm looking at this, I'm like, okay, this is a good team fight. It looks like it's a game changer. It probably could have gone either way. This is what I should feature, because 9 heroes out of the 10 died. So that's what I'm going to go to. But, like, let's say here, if someone gets a rampage, I'm going to miss it because I'm going to this team fight. So if something good happens, like, let me know. I'll try to get that clip instead. You can message me on Discord, in the Archon server, or in the AD2L server. So just let me know.
Killing spree! Dominating! Double kill! Double kill! The seventh helm.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, game 2. Mog had Era Sandcane, offlane Sandcane, Croon 7 Mars. Carry Mars, unless they change up. Look at these split, I think it was the mid Zeus. That looks like a 4-position Morana and 5-position Lich. That is interesting. Carry Mars. I guess I can see how that would work. Yeah, you go like this and everything. Snowcones had a middle Juggernaut. They had a 4-position Nyx Assassin for Jankid. Distant Echo played 5-position Rubik. And then Snapped played an offlane Axe. Carry Mars is interesting. I like Zeus a lot. I don't like mid Juggernaut. I guess I don't know the matchup against Zeus mid. I don't know if that's good. It's realistically like a mid Monkey King. I wonder if they picked the Monkey King and they were going to put it mid, and then they saw Mars, Sandcane, Zeus, and they're like, nah, Monkey King loses that matchup mid really hard, but somehow Juggernaut doesn't. This guy had 2 Divine Rapiers. What the heck is this game? This game must have been crazy. This is probably Divine Rapier here. This is nuts. This is probably the team fight I want to watch here. Dude, this Mars was dominating. Where'd he go? 13, 7, and 10. I mean, this looks like an insane game. So far, it looks like the game of the week. 2 Rapiers. Holy moly. As to which draft I like better, it depends. This is very up-tempo. You have to win the lanes hard and then never take your foot off the gas. I think these guys do not have wave clear other than Rubik. I actually think I like this one better. I don't like the mid Juggernaut. I don't think Nyx Assassin does that much right now. I think if you win lanes here and then push really hard, you just win the game. You snowball. I like Mog's draft better.
Dire's structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is under Is that all?
From what I could tell, that game was insane. It looked like the Mars was just doing work. I literally saw him one-shot the Nyx Assassin from full health with his W and a Rapier. It was unreal. It just looked like in the end, like these 2 fights, that Blade Mail is what did him in. This was when he lost the first one, and then here was when they lost the second one. And then the Monkey King had both Rapiers. It was insane. Really good game from both teams. I think this game could have gone either way. If one single fight goes a different way, Mog wins. So GG's Mog, GG's Snowcones. Next, Dingo Boys had Achilles playing the Avenge, Doom by Tug Life in the offlane. They had a mid Zeus by Pew Pew, AD138 playing Jakiro. That's a 5-position Jakiro, 4-position Venge, carry anti-mage. Mary Telling Forever Young had Train Protector, 4-position, carry Jack Ben's Spectre. Kino was playing 5-position Ogre. Artemis is playing offlane Viper and a middle Skywrath Mage. Again, some weird picks coming out. in these past couple series. Actually, every series so far has had one or two unconventional picks. I shouldn't say weird. They're just unconventional. I really like this Venge Doom here. I think that's a good lane. I think just the aura gives Doom more health and more damage. I like that. I like Avenge with tanky cores or strength heroes. Middle Skywrath, offlane Viper. If you have a Jakiro, I would think the Jakiro can zone these two heroes and Animage can have decent farm. I think I like Zeus mid. It's a Skywrath. I don't know how that goes. I think whoever has a stick first just wins that lane. Then they have a Spectre. So win condition, these 4 heroes fight them, and then it's a Spectre. I actually really like this draft for that. I think these 4 heroes can fight really well. You have 3 pretty tanky heroes, and then Skywrath in the back doing damage. Unless Skywrath gets initiated, opponent gets doomed. On the flip side, it's kind of a similar playstyle. You can D-push really well as Shakiro. You can D-push pretty well with the Train Protector as well, so they kind of cancel out. You can do a lot with the Venge to like get the Sky out of position for the Doom or burst damage with the Zeus. I think I like Dingo Boy's draft a little bit better. I think both these drafts are pretty solid though. And the Skywrath Mage just went off. Holy moly. 24, 3, and 21. I mean, that's how Skywrath games go though, right? Either the Skywrath Mage just goes off and dominates, or you lose. Like, I feel like that's kind of how it is. But yeah, I mean, this game looked pretty good. Look at these swings, right? Like, back and forth. No rapiers though, so...
Bottom tower's still there. But not for long.
Okay, game 2. Offlane Viper, middle Skywrath, safe lane Jakiro. They had a 4-position Train Protector, and then they went with Medusa instead of Spectre. They picked Skywrath Mage 16. So they prioritize, they like this 4 Protect 1 strategy that I was talking about with 6-player. Same thing. 4 Protect 1, you're going to fight with these 4, and then this is your win condition. Dingo Boys had Pugna mid. I would want a Void Spirit or Storm Spirit or something to just get on top of. Actually, Ember Spirit would be really good against Skywrath Mage. I think Ember Spirit would be a good mid. They have a 5-position Lich, carry Terrorblade. This Venge again with a Axe now. Seems pretty clear to me, don't give Meriton Lincoln Skywrath Mage. I don't know if I like this Pugna. I think I would have liked Ember Spirit more. I think any of the spirits here are better, but I mean, it looks like it was a pretty close game. I think I like these guys' drafts better. It just seems comfort for them. It seems to fit their playstyle. It looks like their playstyle is clearly just 4 Protect 1. Very good game again. Looks like this series, I mean, it's a 2-0, but it's just way closer than a 2-0.
Dyer's bottom barracks has fallen. Everyone's got a plan when you smash down their racks.
Double kill!
Dyer's bottom barracks has fallen.
Killing spree! Double kill! Unstoppable! Wicked sick! Double kill!
Yeah, I mean, really good series, really back and forth. Again, 2-0, but a lot closer than, the 2-0 makes it look, so... GG Dingo Boys, good job, Mary Tall Forever Young. Yeah, another great series. Looks like so far we're 3 for 3 on a good series, so good looks. Alright, Mittenses versus 2 Boots. So, I know both teams. Mr. Fahrenheit on the Witch Doctor. Okay, so they did do a roster change because that's supposed to be their carry. The Great Cornholio, he's supposed to be their offlaner. Mr. Bones was a support. Mr. Peanut Butter, I don't know. So they completely changed around their team. They got Mr. Fahrenheit playing Witch Doctor. They have Great Cornholio playing Silencer. Mr. Bones Bristleback. Mr. Peanut Butter Tyro and Twisted Web playing Spectre. 2 Boots, they have 2B Shu, so that's Shu. He's playing Jug. Atomic Man, is that Rooster? Did he just change his name? Playing Death Prophet. You got Finley on the Snapfire. Dan Rathers on the Lena, and then offlane Feastin. So it's another 4 protect ones. Basically, anytime I see a Spectre or Medusa, it's kind of like the 4 protect one, I assume. Or Anti-Mage, same thing. This is more of a we're gonna run at you, we're gonna win our lanes and run at you strat, and that is a 4 protect one. I don't know if they have the hero. I don't think the Bristleback can get fat enough quick enough. I guess with the Nasal Goo and the tag team, that lane is probably really good. It's against Juggernaut. Oh, I mean, Juggernaut can spin it off, and Snapfire can cookie out of shards. So that's actually really good drafting by Two Boots here. This off lane looks strong, and then they just have a way to fix it. It looks like you pick the off lane into that. So it is what it is. I think I like Two Boots draft a little bit better. Just the run at you if they can win their lanes. If not, then the Spectre. I don't even know. I think I just like Two Boots draft better. You have 3 heroes that want to be in your face, and then you have 2 backline supports, and then 3 heroes that want to be in your face, 2 backline. One's a mid. They both kind of deal damage. I mean, similar drafts. I think I like Two Boots a little bit better. I think I'm going to give them the edge here. I just don't know if I like Spectre right now. The mid Silencer's throwing me off a little bit too. I think Snapfire is really good right now. The Death Prophet I don't think is a very... I don't know if that's an unconventional... Not unconventional, but it's just not picked a lot. Finley 8 and 11. Shu went 12 and 0. Was it Two Boots victory? Like I said, I like the draft a little bit better, but not by much. I think it was a pretty even draft.
Gobbled up. Here we go. Oh, Silencer got lucky there.
Holy shit! Double kill!
This might be game.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Double kill! Holy shit!
Game 2, Feasting again on the offlane Underlord Atomic Man. I don't know if that's Rooster or not, playing the middle Bloodseeker. Finley playing Snapfire again, so he also likes Snapfire. I think Snapfire is really good right now. You have a 4-position Quap and a carry Faceless Void. I think the 4-position Quap, I don't know if that's even good anymore. Oh, anyway, Mitten says I have a 5-position Mr. Fahrenheit Warlock. That's still weird seeing him play 5-position. You have middle Great Cornholio playing Dragon Knight. Mr. Bones offlane Darkseer. Mr. Peanut Butter, I think that's 4-position Rubik, and then a carry Wraithcane. I think Wraithcane is good versus the Faceless Void. 6-player did that against Instigators. So, I don't hate it. I think this is a little bit of a slow build because they're gonna again 4 protect 1 run at you, but they had the run at you with the whole team. I guess Faceless Void can in theory run at you as well. Good disengage with the Warlock ulti to mess up Chrono. Tanky core with Dragon Knight. I mean, you have a lot of things that really mess up Chrono. These 4, I don't know if they're strong enough for a 4 protect 1, which is what I think when I see Wraithcane. And that's kind of the build he went for, is like, I'm gonna farm and get fat. I don't know if Bloodseeker's good. Underlord's solid. Snapfire's solid. I don't really know how I feel about the Quap 4 position. I think overall I like the Mittens' draft a little bit better. It doesn't look like they won, just going off that. Yeah, it looks like Two Boots ended up beating them. So, yeah, I think I like their draft a little bit better, but I think Two Boots is a really good team. I think they joined last minute. I mean, good series. Looks like I haven't seen any of the replays yet. I gotta grab the clips in 1 second, but it looks like Two Boots just played really well. Mittens, they're mixing up their roster a little bit. Yeah, I'm curious to see how that goes for them throughout the season. It's going to be weird seeing him at 5 position, him middle, him off lane. It's going to be weird, but anyway, that's that series.
Dire's middle barracks.
I don't want to say they're mean because they're not, but like they're
Dire's top tower is
I
falling.
don't want to call it cheesing either, but like
Radiant showing no
They're-
mercy. The Dire's top barracks.
working
Dire's
together
top
to,
barracks is falling.
have good combinations.
Dire's top barracks.
Dragon just standing his ground. Good for you. You're good at that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Wicked sick! Double kill!
Well, that's it. Nice catch.
So that series 202 boots. The caster actually, I think, is Mintz's old mid. So I'm wondering if he just ranked out and that's why he's not playing. Maybe he higher rank, because I mean he's there. I just remember him. He used to play mids. That's why they're mixing everything up, it seems. But nah, GG's. I think Mintz's have to figure some stuff out with their new roster. Two boots look pretty good. The Mintz's didn't look bad. I mean, they were really far behind and they still like are taking okay fights, you know. It's just tough one. But anyway, that's that series. I've scrimmed these guys before. But anyway, going to the drafts, they have Carry Air Mage, looks like off lane, Night Stalker, a mid, Wind Ranger, 4 position Lena, and 5 position Undying. I like the Undying. These guys, actually, if you win mid, yeah, I mean, you can, if you win your lanes here, this is a really good 4 protect 1. I think you can kind of snowball here with this. I like that. They have a top safe Magnus. Looks like a carry Ursa mid. So is this a 5 position Magnus? Oh yeah, they like 5 position Magnus. Offlane Legion, 4 position Jakiro. Middle Viper, carry Ursa. I think I like this draft better. I think is this a 4 protect 1? I see how they win this win condition. This looks like I mean the lanes, granted you're a Viper, I guess you should technically beat the Wind Ranger in lane. Really good 4 position in Jakiro. I guess Undying, though, I think Undying wins that. And then Legion Commander. So I think Animate should have free farm. I don't think Ursa's in a good spot. Even with Magnus's thing, I don't know if you can catch up enough and make a difference. I think I like Maroon's draft better. I know this is kind of their playstyle. I know they really like this Magnus. I think this is just, I like their draft a little bit better. This is a back and forth game. Wow, okay. So it looks like, looking at this, it looks like basically they won all their lanes, which I thought they would. I think they should, their Radiant, they should snowball. And it looks like they were, and then something happened here. It looks like they killed the Anti-Mage, Night Stalker, who was doing really well. And then it like kind of went even. Won a team fight here again, went all the way back up, and then this team fight, I guess, won the game for wards and base. So, very close game. I think I liked Radiant's draft better, but it looks like Dire just won the game. So, interesting game 1. UMN and Maroon, this was the higher ranked of the UMN teams. So, I just had to check real quick. Preseason rankings, they don't really mean anything, but it is what it is. So they have a 5 position Lion, it looks like, a middle Puck, Carry Spectre, off lane Doom, and a 4 position Wind Ranger. Okay, I don't really like Lion right now. I think he's kind of, it just feels like there are other heroes that do what he needs to do better. I don't love Lion, the spot he's in. Wind Ranger, he's okay as a 4 position. And then they went, looks like a middle Mirana, Omni Knight in the jungle, so he was probably 5 position. Offlane Mars, carry Sven, and a 4 position Snapfire. Okay, so I really like Sven. Mars, I think, is in a pretty good spot. Omni, I really like, depending on how you can play it. I like wards and base draft a little bit better. I like Snapfire right now. I think she's in a good spot. I think this 4 protect 1. Yes, if you win lane with, I mean, again, you can snowball with this. I don't like the spot line is in, though. I don't think he's that a great support right now. So I don't think you'll get a good lane for Spectre. Yeah, I think I like wards and base draft a little bit better this game. And this was another back and forth game. Holy moly. Any rapiers in this one? This game was insane. Holy moly. Okay, ignoring that, it looked like it was a really good series, 1-1. Hour-long game. This game looks insane. This might be the, I mean, this one, Snow Cones had a really good one. I don't know. This is a really good game, though. Actually, that's a good Mars ulti.
first.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Double kill!
Dire's bottom tower. Don't look.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the series was very close. I actually think these are two of the better teams in the league after watching the games. I know I ranked Maroon pretty high, I think, and I had Words and Base low, but I mean, these were very good games. This might be the game of the week. I know the 2 Rapier game and Snow Cones series was really good too. Snow Cones versus Mog, but those 2 games, I mean, if you have any time to watch games, I think those 2 are it this week. All right, Harpies versus Volsel Collective. We have Give on the off lane. I think T was telling me he's now captain as well. You have Platinum, middle, T playing 4 position, of course, Clockwork, Death Prophet middle. I don't know if I said that. Kitty playing Lich 5 position, and Pandemonium playing Sven carry. I like this a lot, actually. I really like this draft. I think it's very well-rounded. And then Volsel Collected had Wyvern. I think that's actually pretty good against the Sven. Clockwork, Prophet even. Spectre, Snapfire, and Phoenix. So this is a mid-Snapfire. 5 Winter Wyvern, 1 Spectre, 4 position Phoenix, and an offlane Axe. I don't know how I feel about the mid Snapfire. I know it's pretty good, and you can actually launch in the Axe for calls, so you don't really even need a Blink Dagger. Looks like they got Blink Dagger at 14 and Axe at 18, so like you almost didn't even need the Blink Dagger. It's almost worth it to have gotten like the armor one, Crimson Guard, instead, because you don't need a Blink Dagger, you just get launched anyway. I think I like this draft a little bit better. I just think they have really good initiation. They have decent wave clear, actually really good wave clear. I think this 4 Protect 1 doesn't really... You have to be snowballing hard for this 4 Protect 1 to do well. I think this, you just have the pick off potential here, which is way better. And then you can push your advantage with the Death Prophet, take towers. Underlord's really good at killing creep waves, so I think I like this draft a little bit better. And yeah, it looks like it just ended up going Harpy's way. Looks like it really close 15, and then a couple of things happened, and Harpies just had a big advantage at the end. So, good game. Good start to the series.
I think they'll have the time to get the 3rd tier 3. They commit Exorcism. Here comes the Wyvern's Curse onto T. They're committing everything in on it now, but they're focusing the egg. Will be enough damage inside the cogs. Egg pops. Beautiful kill. And they're looking for Pandemonium. Pandemonium pops. Godstreak finds Memer. Memer out of the play. No buyback available. US East Refugee. Sunray in. Trying to find any damage you can. Big fucking memes. Big fucking dead. And now, with the beautiful Pit of Malice holding down just enough time to kill Sorcery Authority and the Aegis, Pandemonium is back alive. No God Strength, no cares. He's in for the tier 4s.
Game 2, we had Sorcery on the carry Medusa. Memer looks like offlane Kunkka. A middle Razor from Wirehead. I did not know, or I have not seen a Razor in a minute. Oh, so this is probably a 4 position Kunkka. If he's a 4 position Kunkka, I don't think he's building this. Unless it's a 4 position Mars. I mean, I guess that could be 4 position Mars build. I'm gonna hope this is... I mean, this is like a mid build on the Kunkka. And then 5 position Lina. This is an extremely greedy draft here. Extremely greedy. They had 4 position Undying, carry Faceless Void, offlane Viper, middle Leshrac, safe lane CM. I think I like this draft better. I think this is just too greedy. If this is a 4 position, I can't tell. I mean, it says core. I literally can't tell who's support here. I think that's just too greedy. Because like 40 minutes into the game, all you have is Boots, Silver Edge, and then Daedalus. It just doesn't feel like... I don't know. When I see Medusa, I think 4 Protect 1, but I think Razor's actually pretty good at that. It's good catch. I don't know. I would have liked to see more auras, but then like that's what the Mars is. Mars had a aura. Pipe I think is really good. It just feels like you have no save. Yeah, I think I like Harpy's draft again a little bit more. I think this is just too greedy, and there's no save or anything for Void. If you win mid, you can kind of run over. I don't know why we have so many offlane Vipers. I don't think that's good. Is that good? Someone like educate me. Like he's just building mid items. I don't know if offlane Viper is even good, but I've seen it a couple times today. Yeah, I think I like Harpy's draft better. Again, I think I see how they win. You just dominate with Leshrac and you go 4 Protect 1, and then like 15-20 minutes. You just chrono. Every time chrono's off, you come take a team fight, win it, take towers with less track, and keep farming. I think this is the way they played it is too greedy. I know how that game ended with Volsel Collective winning. I think what happened is it just didn't get. Harpies just didn't win fast. I mean, look at this. This is a close game for 35 minutes, 40 minutes, and then this team fight's what changed it. After this team fight, the game's over. This one team fight. I just think this is too greedy of a draft, but obviously they won. So don't listen to me, but looks like a good game at least. No buyback.
Not the most impactful hero to lose. In fact, probably the best one.
They just
for
don't have money
the
for it.
Harpies to lose. But now with Give getting picked off by an X marks, he's got to use his BKB.
Ooh.
Chronosphere catching the Medusa, catching the Razor. Pandemonium using his BKB, but not even able to scratch away at the Medusa. Just in the mana shield absorbing everything. Give brought solo. Platinum brought solo. Kitty being eliminated. Platinum's gone. Everybody's gone. That's gonna be GG. There's only 2 buybacks available for the side of the WSS Harpies, and this could be the first win of the season for the Volcel Collective.
Yeah, I mean, really good series. It literally, like I said, was back and forth in that one team fight. Looked like it just won the game for Volsel. Again, really greedy, but it worked out for them. I don't know if they were winning hard, and that's what made them think. I actually didn't even look to see who was offlane or 4 position. I should have done that. But, really good job to Volsel. I had Harpies at 1 of the preseason rankings, and Volsel was able to 1-1 them, so kudos to them. I think Harpies have a new roster, as far as I know. So, again, I am biased when I'm making this content because I know some teams that I don't know other teams. So, Harpies, for instance, I do know because they've been playing here for a long time. I don't know Volsel Collective, but they played pretty well, it looks like. Overall, and a 1-1 series is not bad at all. So, a lot of 1-1s. I think we have one more series. So the last series, we have UMN Gophers versus Kenny. If I'm correct, I think I had the Gophers pretty low and Kenny I had pretty high. Okay. I would assume, before I look at anything, that Kenny would 2-0. Because I have them on polar opposites. And most of that's based off ranked. But a lot of times if you play together as a team, you'll be better than a team that is just high ranked and haven't played together. So let's see. Gophers had offlane, Slardar, carry Juggernaut, mid, Death Prophet, 4 position Tusk, and a 5 position Shaman. Pretty conventional. It looks like they didn't try anything. I don't know. I don't know how good Death Prophet is right now. I think Shaman Jug's a pretty strong lane. I think Slardar Tusk is a pretty strong lane, and Death Prophet should win lane. So this is a good laning stage, and then you have to snowball. And Kenny had Jeebus, 4 position, safe lane, so 5 position Ogre, a Phantom Assassin I think is really good right now, middle Kunkka, 4 position Tiny, which is cool because you can toss the axe onto them to call. Okay, this is cool. I like this lineup. I think a little bit better than here. I mean, this is conventional. You have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's very obvious who it is, but that means in the draft that they also know who's going to play what position. This I like. You can kind of flex around the Tiny. The PA I think is really strong right now. I think PA is a good pick versus Juggernaut. Kunkka, I would guess, would beat the Death Prophet mid. Not 100% sure. And yeah, it looks like Kenny kind of snowballed here. It looks like they just won their lanes. Yeah, they won every lane. It's hard to come back when you lose every lane. Yeah, I think Kenny's just a stronger team, if I remember their ranks correctly. They're all Archons, and Gophers are Guardian, Herald. Yeah, so I think it's going to be tough for Gophers to match up against these guys. I think I like their draft, Kenny's draft a little bit more. I think this is very conventional. This is a solid draft. I just think, Phantom Assassin's a really strong hero right now. You have Ogre to beef him up. You can toss the axe onto people to call, so you don't really even need a Blink Dagger. He got one at 15 minutes, but for the first 15, you just toss him. I like Kenny's draft a little bit more.
This should make my life easier.
Triple kill! That kills you. They start
Good spin. They didn't even have PA for that fight, which is the bad thing. Oh, what a call. Oh. Alright. That was a good play. That was a really good play. Game 2, we have Gophers have a carry Life Stealer, a mid Spirit Breaker. I like this synergy right here. Offlane Dragon Knight. I don't like offlane Dragon Knight. 4-position Treant Protector and a 5-position Crystal Maiden. I actually think this is a pretty good lane right here with the 2 slows and the stun, depending on who they're against. I like the lifesteal being able to ulti into the Storm Spirit, and the Storm Spirit just zip around. You can come out. I like that. But I like this draft. Solid. I do not like the offlane Dragon Knight, but if you picked it first, well, then you pick a Storm Spirit right after. If you're going to last pick the Storm Spirit, then I like that Dragon Knight because they don't know they have to waste 2 bans. Yeah, I just don't like... I think there are better heroes you could have picked here. And then, again, Ogre Magi. They must really like the 5-position Ogre. Carry Wraithcane, mid-lone Druid, 4-position Clockwork, and offlane Axe. Okay. I think if you know how to play Lone Druid well, Lone Druid is one of those heroes that can just run it up in this league. A lot of people don't know how to play against Lone Druid. You know, if you're good at it, which it looked like he went off, then yeah, like a lot of people just don't know how to play against it. I don't know the matchup between Storm Spirit and Lone Druid, who's supposed to win that. I would imagine the Lone Druid. I think he's a really strong lane. I think Lone Druid would actually win that. I really like this draft, other than the Dragon Knight. I think if they get an offlaner here, this draft would be very good. This is a little greedy. Looks like they really like this first two. And Kenny. They really like the Ogre Axe. I think it's a little greedy. I think the Dragon Knight, I just don't like an offlane Dragon Knight. I just don't think you do anything without items. I think I'm going to say this draft's a little bit better because I just don't like the Dragon Knight. I think if they had like an Underlord or Mars or some Aura builder that's just tanky, I'd like this draft a little bit better. I think Ann Kenny won this one too. Yeah. Yeah, just another. I think Ann Kenny's just rank-wise is a better team. I don't know how the communications go in game, but I think rank-wise Ann Kenny's just a little bit better. And this is my last game. I got good pick off in the jungle, actually. Good find. Looks like they're coming in, but they're gonna be a little slow. They might be able to get them. Oh, what a fear! They should have just backed. They should have known that people are. But not a lot of guys are coming. This is gonna be like a 3v5. I think Ankin is just too far ahead, so it doesn't really matter. Overall, I think this was a really, really good week. Let's look at overall where all the teams stand now. You have 4 teams with 2-0s. 3 series went 1-1. Okay, so rankings-wise, I kind of have to rank the 2-0 teams top. I'm thinking I'll put Ann Kenny first because their series looked the most dominant. I'll put 2 Boots second. They also looked pretty dominant. Marytown Lincoln, Forever Young, and Snowcones both had really close series despite being a 2-0, so I'll probably put them 3 and 4. I think Wards and Base versus Maroon was the closest series here. That's a 1-1, so I'll probably put them 5 and 6. I think Volso Collective and Harpies played pretty good. I'll probably put them 7 and 8. My series, 6-player versus Instigators, I'll probably put us 9 and 10 because I felt like of the teams that won 1, my team's the weakest, so that means 6-player would be worse than them if we're 1-1 in them. But that's just my one series assessment of the league. And then the 4 bottom teams I'll probably put there. I think Gophers, like I said, I think they lost the hardest, so I'll put them 14. Dingoes and Mog both had really close series. I'll probably put them 11 and 12, and then Minces I'll probably put 13. I think that's how it'll be. Yeah, so this is how I want the rankings to go. So I was finishing editing up the video and I could not find my outro clip, so I'm just gonna go over my predictions here because that's the only part I was missing. Last week it looks like I was 3 for 7, so not great, but this was, I think, the best series of the week. This is what I thought would be the best series. I had them 1 and 2, and I think this was just the closest series. This week, we have Volsol versus Instigators. Like I said, I think Volsol played really well against Harpies. I think that'll probably be a 2-0 against us. We have 6-player versus Wards and Base Prodigy. I think Wards and Base Prodigy played really well, and 6-player similar to us, and Prodigy similar to Volsol, so I think that'll be a 2-0 for Wards and Base. We have Gophers versus Mog. I think that'll be a 2-0 for Mog. I want the Gophers to kind of prove themselves a little bit and prove me wrong here. I think I have them in last because they had the least close series, so I'm hoping they make this series close and, you know, maybe pull out a win or sweep the series. That'd be great. We have Dingoes versus Mittenses. I had a 2-0 for Dingoes. I think Mittenses are still working on their roster and they have a little ways to go. I think the Dingoes will come out on top this week. They had a pretty close series last week, and now they're playing against Mittenses, who I think need to figure some stuff out. So I have a 2-0 going for Dingoes. Maroon versus Harpies. I think that's going to be a pretty close series. I give a little bit of an edge to Maroon. I know Harpies are figuring out some stuff with their rosters. It's pretty new. I don't know how new Maroon is. I think it'll be a 1-1, but if it's going to be a 2-0, I think it'll be a 2-0 for Maroon. We have Mary Todd Lincoln Forever Young versus Ann Kenny. I think Ann Kenny proved last week that they are the team to beat, so I have them with a 2-0. We'll see. Mary Todd Lincoln Forever Young did 2-0 last week. I'm hoping, it's a closer series, maybe a 1-1, or maybe I'm wrong and Mary Todd Lincoln 2-0 Ann Kenny. We'll see. It's a prove-it game for Ann Kenny. I want them to prove to me they should be number 1 on the rankings as I have them right now, and I want Mary Todd Lincoln to prove to me they should be in the top 4, maybe take a game off them or win the series. And then lastly, we have Two Boots versus Lemon Snow Cones. I think this series will be close. Both teams looked pretty good last week. I think this is a prove it series for Two Boots as well. I mean, they did 2-0 Mittenses, but I think the Mittenses are shifting around their roster and aren't as familiar with each other. I think Two Boots has a pretty good roster on paper, at least from the players I know. So I'd really love for them to prove to me that they can 2-0 and stay in the top 4. But at the same time, I think I would love to see Lemon Snow Cones prove to me they deserve to be in the top 4. I think it's going to be a close series. I think it'll be 1-1, but I'd love to see it go either way. It may be wrong. The game of the week this week, I have been UMN Maroon versus WSS Harpies. If I'm going to watch a game and I'll watch that game, we'll see after next week which series was closer. Then I'll mark it as the post game. So if you guys want to go back and watch replays and you can only watch one, that would be the one I recommend watching. Yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys for watching. This video was extremely long. If you watched the whole time, I commend you. If you only cut to your bit, that makes sense. I did throw in some clips in there of like how the league will work with the Swiss thing. If you guys have a good clip in the game, tell me, because I'm only going off of Dota buff. Find clips, so if you had like a really sick juke or a rampage or something cool, I might not have it in the clip, and those are the stuff I want to show, not just like good team fights. So let me know, message me onto the Discords. Otherwise, good luck, have fun this week, guys, and let's keep the season going.